Hi everybody, thanks for coming to the Mission website. I have a great interview I think is going to inspire you. I think some of you are going to learn a lot from it. And I hope that there's some people who are in the midst of addiction who are going to hear Robert's story and really be inspired to change their lives for the good.
I came here as a result of, I was pretty much broken through drug and alcohol addiction. Crack cocaine and alcohol.
So how did you get into crack cocaine?
Yeah, in 1991, I was married. I had 3 kids that I adopted. I owned a company and was doing real well. And I did not use any drugs or alcohol for 18 years of that period. When I was younger, I did. But I ended up having surgery, and that surgery, and they put me on a lot of medications, morphine for way too long, longer than I did. It was necessary. And they didn't really try to wean me off after almost a year of morphine and other drugs and narcotics and antidepressants for numbing the nerve endings, trying to deal with the severe pain I was in. And then the company I owned, I had a carpet cleaning company, which meant I was in access to people's homes. I was taking some of their beds from their cabinets. I mean, a lot of real ugly things came out of this. I was never like that or never thought that way, but then I went to street drugs. I was introduced to doing smoking marijuana and doing some experimental things with heroin and things, but a lot of it had to do with just calming the nerve, the pain of it. And I ended up addicted, I ended up smoking crack, and then I ended up drinking heavily as a result.
Well, who introduced you to street drugs?
Neighborhood, young kids, I started smoking marijuana with. Not young, in their 20s, but smoking marijuana and doing some speed and stuff like that, and then drinking a lot. And the idea again was just for the pain of it. But I ended up addicted and ended up going out looking for a random new person that had crack cocaine, and went downhill real fast right there.
At what point did you consider yourself an addict?
I would say probably probably years after. And when I finally hit the street drugs, the business, divorce, losing the business, losing the company, losing our home, rental properties, and all the toys that go with that. Ended up on the street, traveling from state to state, sleeping outside, drinking way too much. I mean, that was the cheap drug that I couldn't get hold of all the time. Working a job, saving up a couple $1,000s, spending it in the weekend. And a vicious cycle year after year after year.
Wow.
Divorce, yes, and they didn't know what to do about it because they know how I was before that, and had a company, had a lot of friends, and pretty normal guy in the neighborhood and all. But once that all happened, it was out of control for everybody. They didn't know how to treat me, they didn't know how to act, and I was getting to the point where I was totally lonesome. I was all by myself. And I got to the point where the business, I just signed over to my wife. Kids were older, and so they helped her with that, and I just disappeared. I went from one state and moved all the way across the country to another state. The Bible, and so I don't care how screwed up you are, what your issues are, if it's drugs, alcohol, if it's abuse, whatever dysfunction you might have, Christ can change it. Christ can touch you in your heart, and He comes in, you're infilled, and He takes us beyond what's in the Scriptures for us. And as we go through the Word, we're taught how to live. I don't care what age you are. The possibilities are there. Oh, yeah. What I appreciated is, and you were there, when I came to the mission, and we sat and was interviewed. One of the things you said to me was, "Can you shut up and listen? Are you teachable?" And I appreciated that. I went back up, I walked away from that, and it was like floored me because it's the truth. I was into so many things, and I had all this stuff in my head, and I was still just coming off the drugs and fuzzy. And it's true. I was a self-made man as a result of the way I was brought up. I wasn't brought up, and I only knew how to learn by doing it and jumping in and getting my mouth going and doing this, and never learned to listen, sit still and listen. And the bottom line is Christ telling me, you don't know how to live, buddy. You don't know how to do this. You got to come to me, surrender to it, sit still, and take it in. And that's what happened. And
Well,